Hello and welcome to the BI Content Assistant intro, part of the BI Warehouse Toolkit for XI administrators. The BI Content Assistant, or BICR as it's known for short, is designed for the easy manipulation of content within your XI system. It provides the ability to back up your documents and universes to a relational database. This backup can be performed either using the interactive system or using a BOE scheduled job. It then provides the ability to restore either individual or small groups of documents back to the live system. You have the option of either overwriting the originals on your live system, keeping the same QID ID, or you can create new copies, which then allows you to actually compare the latest version of the document with the backed up version. You're able to transfer documents between two different clusters using the same system, and you also have the ability to import or export documents to the operating system folders. Now, BICR is a Java desktop application designed for BI administrators, not for the end users. Currently, you can use an Oracle or Microsoft SQL Server database to store your backups, and the current version is designed for XI release 3.1. Please note that BICR does not replace your regular backup of the full system database and your file store. It's just an additional tool for your administrators. This is what the BICR interface looks like. Along the top we have the main menu system, which allows you to change what you're actually looking at. You can change options and perform the backup interactively. The top window shows your live BOE system. This is the system that you'll either be backing up the files from or restoring to. On the left hand side we see the folder structure of the live system, and further down you'll see there is a user folder area as well. On the right hand side we have the documents contained within the selected folder. The lower window shows you the backup files held in the relational database, and again we have the folder structure and we have the documents held within those folders. And later on I'll be showing you how we can take those backup files and restore them into the live system. We're now going to perform an interactive backup of the live system to collect the documents and universes. First of all, we log into the business object system. We then get to see the folders that exist within the live system. On the top menu we go to Backup, Full Backup. We then get messages at the top of the screen indicating where we are in the backup process. It will initially back up documents and then it'll go through a second time for universes. Shows you the number of documents it's going to back up. At the very end of the backup process it'll then give you a message to show you how many documents have been backed up and how long it's taken. Normally, however, you would schedule a full backup using the business object scheduling system. We're now going to restore a number of files in a number of ways. So first of all, I'll log on to the live system. So I can now see documents within the live folders. I'm now going to select my backup selection so I can choose between different clusters and different time periods. Retrieve the data, so we're now looking at the data backed up in the database. I'm going to select a file to restore. This time I'm going to restore the interactive analysis document, this in feature samples. And you'll see it doesn't exist on the live folder above. So I'm going to choose restore items to live overwrite. Now this will keep the same QID ID for this document, so it will overwrite any existing document which has that same QID ID in the live system. there wasn't one. Obviously it had been deleted, so here it's just reinserted that interactive analysis with the same QID ID. Another way of restoring the file, again I can take interactive analysis, but this time I'm going to do a new copy to the live system. So I have to select the folder I want to restore it to, so in this case BIW, and now I've actually created a copy of interactive analysis. Looking at the live system, I don't have a folder, and in fact there's also a subfolder beneath that, and within there I have a sample document I wish to restore from the backup. So those folders do not exist in the live system, they've been deleted, but by selecting Restore Live Override, those folders are also restored so that the sample document actually has a location to live in. So there we can see that the folder has been restored. Another thing I can do is actually restore the item to the file system. So this will be to the Windows folders. So I'm going to store this one in my user docs, and I'll place it in the restores folder, and then just click OK. Okay, so that document should now be sitting on that folder system. So if I go and look at Windows Explorer, under restores, there we are, sample document.wid. Okay, something else we can do is to actually import from the Windows folders. So if I want to import some documents, I'm going to user docs again, restores. This time I'm just going to pick up a number of documents. I'm going to pick up an Excel spreadsheet, a Desky document and a Webby document. Click open, and they go into the selected folder on the live system. So they've now been all imported. Switching over to Universe View, just go to Content Universes. There's my live universe folders, and I can see in report conversion tools that I don't have a universe, but if I look in the backup system, I've got the report conversion tool universe. So if I want to restore that to the live system and I want to keep its QID ID, I can do an overwrite. And if I wanted a copy, I could obviously take a copy. So there it is, restored into the live system. Now, using BOE, we can also restore for copy files across from a second CMS system. So I'm just going to go and change to look at a second CMS. So now the backup files are hidden. We're looking at live system 2. I need to log into that second system. Okay, so now we have a totally different folder structure underneath this second system. So these are now two live systems, and I'm going to take the €1,000 report from live system 2, copy it into administration tools in the live system, BOE XIR3. So again, I can do an overwrite to keep the QID, or I can do a new copy. I can also import and export to folders from the second system, as you may have noticed. Okay, so that's taken from System 2, and that report is now available in System 1. In another scenario, what happens if we have a desktop intelligence report that gets deleted from the CMS while we still have copies of it on the desktop? So the €1,000 report has disappeared from the live system. If we go into desktop intelligence and try and open that document, we may have a problem. Okay, so we're not authorized to use the document as the link has gone. If we do have a backup, we could always restore that. But what if we haven't actually backed that file up? but it still does exist on somebody's desktop. Well, in that case, we can simply import the file into the live system from the desktop. So that's imported the file. We can then go back to Desktop Intelligence, and we can retrieve that newly imported file from the repository. So we can import it, and it opens and everybody's happy. If you wish to ask any questions, feel free to email me at johnw@sudasystems.co.uk or contact me on the phone numbers below. I hope you've enjoyed the intro and look forward to hearing from you.